TGIF, coming off another winning day in the MLB. Let's talk some more baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're here to talk some more Seam to end the week. Hopefully, you guys got some great weekend plans, but we'll go over the recap in a little bit. It's another 2-in-1 day. We will keep stacking up these winning days, especially early in the season. But a quick reminder, NBA Best Bets video will be out after this one, so be sure to check that out as the NBA regular season is about done. It's crazy to think that we're already here at the playoffs. But anyways, any graphics you see in this video are from an app called OUTLIER. It is the best betting research tool on the market today. I think it's the most user-friendly as well, and the best priced. Honestly, I just absolutely love OUTLIER. Click the link below. All you got to do is sign up, and you get a 7-day free trial with that link and just see if you like it. So anyways, let's get into it. And I got an MLB fun fact. So here we go. If Barry Bonds returned to baseball tomorrow, he would have to make over 1,400 consecutive outs for his career on-base percentage to drop below 400. That is absolutely insane. That's like 2.5 seasons of nothing but getting out. Still, just to drop barely below 400. He was insane. Anyways, in this video, we're going to recap that 2-in-1 day yesterday, and then we're going to talk good and bad hitter matchups, and we got some good ones today. And then we'll go over the full 15-game pitcher report, and then, of course, finish it with the best bets and the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 40,000 subscribers. And by the way, the Discord link is below in the description as well. Completely free to join. Got a lot of smart people in there as well talking sports every single day. So let's get into it, and that means it's recap time. All right, we start out with another underdog money line winner. Make it 3 in a row. The Angels on the money line win 10-1. In fact, the last 3 underdogs we picked, Tigers, they won 5-1, I believe it was, or 6-1, 6-2, something like that. And then the Marlins won 5-0, and then the Angels 10-1. It's just been it's been crazy winning all 3 sweat free. But hopefully we can keep that rolling. Added play today was a hit parlay. Bobby Witt, Alex Bregman get the job done for a winner, and then the team total parlay. I didn't even see what Toronto got. I saw they had 2 at one point. Maybe they got to 3, but Milwaukee did not get it done. I mean, they were horrendous. They had bases loaded, nobody out in 2 different innings and scored a total of 1 run. Just didn't get the job done. So anyways, 2-1, we will take it. There is the overall record of the breakdown of pitcher props, hitter props, all that, so you can kind of see how I'm doing throughout the year on each one. Overall record, 33-27. We're up 1.11 units. So that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk those hitter matchups. All right, here is page 1 of the good hitter matchups. And like I said, we got some good ones today. Starts with Manny Machado, 12 for 29 with 1 home run versus German Marquez. But if you just keep going down, you see some big numbers like Jason Hayward, 6 for 14. But how about Spencer Steer, 7 for 13 with a bomb. Mookie Betts, 4 for 13. And then Vinny Pasquantino, 7 for 10 with 4 extra base hits off Tanner Bybee. And then you go over there to the right side. You see Mr. Aaron Judge, second from the bottom. Aaron Judge, 3 for 8, 3 extra base hits. All 3 hits off Robbie Ray were home runs. So, again, we got some good ones. Yuli Gurriel up there has 5 for 10 with 4 extra base hits and 2 home runs versus German Marquez. And then you see some other ones as well. Taylor Ward down there at the bottom just had 2 home run game, hitting the ball well. He's 3 for 8 versus Ronel Blanco. So, take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. That's page 1. Now let's check out page 2. How about Ryan Mountcastle? 5 for 7 with 4 extra base hits and 2 home runs versus Bowden Francis. That's pretty impressive. Bowden Francis is a good young pitcher. And then we got Jonah Heim, 4 for 8, and Josh Bell, 3 for 7. And Chris Bryant. You guys remember him? Plays for the Rockies, 3 for 8, 0 extra base hits versus Pavetta. So that's what we got for all the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad hitter matchups. And let's just start with the guys on here, I think 4 days in a row now. MJ Melendez, 0 for 12, 7 Ks versus Tanner Bybee. Not sure how he keeps making a Major League team with how many times we see him on here, but Salvador Perez, his teammate, 0 for 13 with 5 Ks off Bybee. So we got some guys really struggling. Michael Garcia with 2 Ks, 1 for 11, 4. Kyle Isbell, 1 for 10. So 4 Royals players struggling against Tanner Bybee, but you saw earlier Vinny P is absolutely crushing him. And then there's all the rest of them. Fernando Tatis obviously dealing with a little bit of an injury, 2 for 13 with 6 Ks against Marquez. Kind of a surprise there, but that's what we got for all the hitter matchups today. Now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, we start out with the first 8 matchups of the day with Bubic versus Tanner Bybee. Pretty good matchup there. 2 guys that know how to miss some bats. Then Bailey Falter going up against Brady Singer now for the Reds, if you didn't know. He gave up 0 hits and 3 earned runs last start, and 0 Ks, which is kind of a weird start to give up 3 earned runs on no hits, but only allowed 1 hit in 12 innings total, which is pretty dang good. Bowden Francis there, again, a young pitcher that I'm high on. His walk rate is a little bit up this year, 5 walks through 2 starts, only giving up 2 earned runs in each start as well, going up against Sugar. And then Elder versus Taj Bradley. Bradley last year was a lot better at home. Bryce Elder is nothing special in my opinion, but Robbie Ray, K numbers I thought would be up this year. They're actually down, surprisingly. He only has 6 Ks in 11.1 innings, just 7 hits allowed though. But all these numbers you see are all last year's numbers. I'm just trying to give you some info on their first couple starts. But we will put the 2025 numbers on here pretty shortly. Again, there's hits per 9, walks, everything you need. And on the bottom are all the averages just to kind of help you out and let you know where things are going. But other than that, not a lot of great pitchers here on this first page. You go down to the bottom though, Ronel Blanco, a guy with a 2.80 ERA last year, but he is struggling with his command. 6 walks in 6.2 innings already, and he's already allowed 7 earned runs. So we'll see if he can turn it around going up against Cocaine there for the Los Angeles Angels, who's been okay. So anyways, that's page 1. Take a screenshot. Now let's check out page 2. And these are the final 7 matchups. We have Reese's Pieces Olsen going up against Chris Paddock. Paddock's not very good, let's be honest with you. I think we already faded him once this year. Aaron Nola versus Palante. We know how good Aaron Nola can be. Palante, is kind of hit and miss, but we'll see. He doesn't miss many bats. Herman Marquez has not pitched a lot of innings the last few years, that's for sure. Going up against Nick Pivetta now on the Padres, who's had 1 great start and 1 bad start. 76 pitches and 3 earned runs through 3 innings in his last start for Pivetta. And then the one before that, 7 innings, 1 hit allowed. And then Jacob deGrom versus my Seattle Mariners. Just saying that out loud doesn't sound good. He's had 1 bad start and 1 good start. Well, the bad start was against the Rays, a good one against the Red Sox, but only 9 Ks in 10.2 innings. So you're going to see his K numbers or his K line start to go down a little bit. And then Bryce Miller, a guy we were counting on as a dark horse to be kind of the ace of the staff if Logan Gilbert tripped up, but he has been struggling so far. Over a 5 ERA, I believe it is so far this year. But then we got a battle of the Rodriguezes. That's right. Elvin Rodriguez of the Brewers versus the lefty Eduardo Rodriguez of the Diamondbacks. 17 Ks for Eduardo in this 10.1 innings so far this year. But he's also allowed 7 earned runs. So kind of a mixed bag for him. And then Griffin Canning, who I always called a can last year. Surprisingly decent so far. 3 earned runs in 9.2 innings. Going up against JP Sears, who has not been anything special. And then we finish it with Yamamoto, making his 4th start already. He's given up only 3 earned runs in 16 total innings with 19 Ks. Going up against Matthew Boyd, who's been good too. 0 earned runs allowed in 11 innings with 10 Ks, and those were against the Diamondbacks and the Padres. So pretty good numbers there. And then, of course, all the averages are on the bottom. So that's what we got for the pitcher report, and now it is time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Miami, Florida, where the Marlins host the Washington Nationals in just a barn burner of a game. Nationals moneyline minus 122, Marlins moneyline plus 104 with a total of 8 runs. I got a player prop. Give me Mitchell Parker over 16.5 outs recorded, minus 115 on DraftKings for a half unit. He is the starting pitcher for the Nationals, if you don't know that. But he's looked great so far. In his 2 starts, he faced Philly and Arizona, 2 of the best offenses in the majors. And he went 6 innings, 2 hits, and 1 earned run against the D-backs. 6.1 innings, 7 hits, and 0 earned runs versus the Phillies. You got to love that. Only 7 total Ks, but again, I'm not betting Ks. And to be honest, if he wants to pitch to contact and get some quick outs, that's exactly what we need here. The one worry is he's had 6 walks, but he's had a start where he had 4 walks and still went 6 innings. He's had an outing with 7 hits and 2 walks and still went 6.1 innings. So this guy knows how to be efficient. If he has his command, it could be a breeze getting over this, if obviously. The matchup, the Marlins, we faded them a lot when betting over outs for starting pitchers last year. They're a team that tends to get quick outs. Last season, they saw the 2nd fewest pitches per plate appearance, and which is huge. Obviously, we want to keep the pitch count down. That's what I always look at whenever I look at pitch recording outs. I can't even talk. You know what I'm saying? When I'm outs recorded. But this season, how about much of the same? 5th fewest pitches per plate appearance. They have swung at the first pitch at the 9th highest rate so far this season. I'm expecting some quick outs like they always do. They've also swung, in case you guys care, at the 6th most 2-0 pitches. Yeah, that's a deep dive right there. But anyways, their average versus lefties in a small sample size so far this year. When it comes to hitting them, they've only seen one lefty starter, David Peterson. He went 6 innings. In his last 2 starts, Mitchell Parker versus Miami last year, he got 18 and 19 outs, so 6 innings and 6.1 innings, and he only gave up 1 earned run in 12.1 innings. I think he goes 6+ innings here. Just need 2 outs in the 6th, though. So give me Mitch over 16.5 outs as my first best bet. All right, the second one takes us out to Houston, Texas, where the Astros host the LA Angels. Astros on the money line -144, Angels on the money line +122, with a total of 8.5 runs. We're not taking the Angels money line, but we are taking their team total. Give me the Angels team total over 3.5 runs, -130 on FanDuel, 4.5 unit. I didn't want to trust cocaine pitching. That's why we're just going to take the team total. But we're just riding the hot bats. If you guys don't know, they're like this quiet team that nobody even knows is really hitting the ball well. So we're going to take their team total. So they're going up against Ronel Blanco for the Astros. Blanco has looked bad. Like I mentioned earlier during the pitcher report, he couldn't get out of the second inning in his last start. He went 1.2 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and 3 walks against the Minnesota Twins. In his first start, how about 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, and walked 3 more guys? That's right. His command was his problem last year, and guess what? It is his problem this year. 6 walks and 6.2 innings so far. That is no bueno. Angels offense, as you can see by this outlier screenshot. How about scoring 4+ runs now in 9 straight games? I just need to make it 10. That's what I need. They've actually scored 5+ runs in 7 of those 9 straight. That's insane to me. They're averaging 6.3 runs per game in the last 10. They hit 1,000,000 home runs yesterday. Did I mention that? But Angels as a team versus Blanco and 33 at bats, hitting 345 with a 424 on base percentage. They are hitting the ball well. Taylor Ward, Mike Trout, Paris has been stroking it. Ohapi, however you pronounce it. Angels got some hitters right now. Can they continue this all year? I don't know. But right now they're hitting it well. Astros bullpen after that, 13th overall in bullpen ERA. They will be rested after a day off, but I think they can get 2 to 3 runs at least off of Blanco, and then you only need 1, maybe 2 more off the bullpen. I think this number's a little low. I like it. Give me the Angels team total over 3.5 runs as my second best bet. All right, this third one is a little two-legger. Give me Brady Singer over 5.5 Ks and Davis Martin no to record a win +103 on DraftKings. So Brady Singer was around -150. I didn't want to give out a -150 bet, so I had to reduce the juice with Davis Martin, which we'll get into in just a little bit. First, let's talk Brady Singer. This is obviously the main part of it. He has missed a lot of bats so far. How about 8 and 7 strikeouts in his first 2 starts versus Texas and Milwaukee through 92 and 91 pitches? So he's fully stretched out. His fastball has practically been unhittable. I know it's a small sample size. Hitters have yet to get a hit off of it, literally. They have a 25% swinging strike percentage versus that pitch, 99th percentile. 3 of his pitches are in the 80th or better percentile for swinging strikes through 2 games. Again, small sample size, but it's his sinker and his slider, which he uses 65% of the time combined. Matchup, he is facing the awful Pittsburgh Pirates. First of all, they can't hit, so he should be able to go deep in games, which obviously just gives you more and more chances to get more Ks. I think he goes at least 6 innings in this game, which means, you're just looking at like a K an inning. That's it. Hash brown math. But also, this Pirates team, they're a decently high strikeout team. They have the 12th highest K rate versus righties, 8th highest overall. They face some real low K guys, though, from the right side. Will Warren, Marcus Stroman can't miss any bats. Rasmussen is not a huge K guy. They did face Max Meyer and Shane Baz, those 2 guys, 7 and 10 strikeouts against them. Pirates did do well one game, though. When they faced Sonny Gray, they only struck out 4 times, which is pretty good. But overall, this is still a good matchup for him. I love what I've seen from Singer. I think he goes deep into the game. So give me Brady Singer over 5.5 Ks. It's -150 for a reason. I like him to get 6+. Second leg, Davis Martin of the Chicago White Sox. That should be enough. It's a Chicago White Sox pitcher. But first of all, if you don't know, in order for him to get a win and make us lose this bet, he must pitch at least 5 innings. He must leave the game with a lead, and that lead can never be given up. That's how that works. That is very hard for this White Sox team. They have a terrible offense, a terrible bullpen to back it up. Davis Martin, since last year and this year so far, has made 12 starts for the White Sox. He has a total of 0 wins. There's a reason. This team is atrocious. Giving Davis Martin as my second leg. So I'm going to take Singer over 5.5 Ks. Davis Martin no to record a win. That is my third and final best bet. I will have plays probably later tonight or in the morning to be added to the card as more props come out. There's actually some hitters I'm looking at, whether it's Devers, Springer, and Manny Machado, things like that. Trying to wait for odds and get a hitter parlay for you guys. But that's what I got for all the best bets, and the research help. Before we get out of here, though, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The three best bets so far. Mitchell Parker over 16.5 outs for a half unit. Angels team total over 3.5 runs. And Brady Singer over 5.5 Ks. And Davis Martin no to record a win. Plus 103 on DraftKings. Those are my three plays so far. More plays will be coming. So be sure to check the pinned comments below on X and on Discord, which is completely free. Click that link below to join. But thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate the support and hope everyone has a great Friday. And we'll talk to you soon.